lose again to the Padres 5-2, and managed to lose this 4-game series to the Padres 3-1, as the Padres continue their fucking ownage on us. You can follow me at Rob Iman at twitter.com. Another day, another loss for the Giants, as it was not the best day for Ty Block. He did go 7 innings, which is the good part. The bad part is he allowed 5 earned runs. And if the bullpen wasn't as work as they have been the last few games, the leash would have probably been shorter for him than what they would have done. The winning pitcher was Danielson Lamet. Looked like an ace against us. He did allow 8 hits, but he only got 2 runs out of it, so typical Giants, making bad pitchers look good with. But one guy I'm going to be happy I won't have to see again until August is Hector fucking Sanchez. He is fucking owning us since he's been traded. And you know what? If the Padres were smart, they would fucking trade his ass before the trade deadline. Because now his average is up to 254. He might bring back a prospect for the Padres. So I hope he gets fucking traded so we don't have to fucking deal with him anymore. Eduardo Nunez, 3 for 4, not bad for the Giants. And Bobby Evans needs to get on the horn with getting Nunez moved to a contender. He will certainly bring back a good prospect, and he might bring back a top prospect if that is if Bobby Evans has half a brain to trade him now than later. But this week he needs to get her done with getting Eduardo Nunez traded. He is our best meal ticket to getting the farm needs to get prospects for the trade deadline. He's hitting 305, and right now the strike while the iron's hot on him at this point. But we'll see what kind of, but also there's some other players, and I will get more in depth to that on Tuesday on who I think the Giants can actually get some trade value out of, and it might surprise you. But now with some bullpen arms maybe getting ready to be back up in the majors, I think absolutely a couple guys out of our bullpen can get moved. Maybe start taking a look at. I even think Nick Hundley has some trade value. Tim Fedorowicz is looking like he's due for another call up to the majors, so maybe move Nick Hundley and try and give Fedorowicz some opportunities to back up Posey for the last 2 months of the season. Today, our buyers or sellers team is the St. Louis Cardinals. And some people are thinking, well, the Cardinals are 4 games back, so they need to buy. They've not done well this year. I've not been sold on them. I think they need to sell for 1 year. And I think they're more in a position to sell than to buy. And I think the front office is understanding that. But I think I do think the Cardinals are more sellers than buyers at the deadline. And Lance Lynn could bring back a good prospect for the Cardinals if they play their cards right. And maybe even Trevor Rosenthal. I think them and the Dodgers might actually be a good trade partner. Maybe send Lance Lynn and Trevor Rosenthal to the Dodgers and try to get back a top prospect or something. And he might come at half the price than, say, a Sonny Gray would for the Dodgers. So, and now with Clayton Kershaw. He left the game early today with a back injury. Who knows how long Clayton Kershaw is going to be on the disabled list. But now the Dodgers are going to be desperate to add another starting pitcher, and their best trade partner is St. Louis. And even St. Louis should look at trading Matt Carpenter. Strike while the iron's hot, but I think the Cardinals need to sell. And also on top of that, I think Mike Matheny, there's a good chance he's going to lose his job at the end of the season. He is fighting for his job the last 2 months of the season with the Cardinals front office already shaking up shit and firing some coaches. I think Matheny could be fired at the end of the season if they miss the playoffs. And it might benefit the Cardinals to go after a proven manager or maybe an assistant with some coaching experience before the deadline in order to get things started. I really think that Matheny's blew his opportunity in St. Louis, and it's time for. I think this would be a good spot for Ron Gardenhire if Philadelphia doesn't snatch him. Some other options might be Brad Mills, since they missed out on Francona. Why not take his bench coach? That's another option. Or the Giants, who might have a manager in waiting next year, Ron Wotus. Could you imagine if St. Louis managed to snatch up Ron Wotus next season? I think if the Giants, they continue this path next year, you're going to see Ron Wotus become the manager in waiting, and Bochy might walk next year instead of avoid the lame duck year if they have another year like this. So we'll see what happens, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Cardinals, if they do fire Matheny, they go after Ron Wotus in the offseason and try to bring back a winning culture. So we'll see what happens with that. Then we also had a trade that happened yesterday. It wasn't on air, but last night, Sergio Romo was traded to the Tampa Bay Rays for cash considerations or a player to be named. And you know what? I think if anybody can get Sergio Romo right, it's going to be the Tampa Bay Rays. So low risk, high reward for the Rays, and I think he'll pitch better over there in Tampa Bay. And also the Giants, Kung Fu Panda's back. Get your panda hats ready if you have them, or they certainly will be shipping a lot of panda hats to San Jose right now as Pablo Sandoval tries to revive his career in the minors. I wish him a lot of luck. I don't know if he will get back in the majors or not. He's going to be he could be battling Christian Arroyo for a roster spot next year. We'll see how much Arroyo's grown, but if Arroyo's not major league ready next year, then certainly you can have Panda there for 1 year and hopefully give a 1 year opportunity for Panda to right the ship, and we could see Panda up with the Giants as early as August 1st once Eduardo Nunez is traded. And we also had a couple other roster moves yesterday. Albert Suarez made his major league debut and was called up yesterday from Sacramento. He looked good yesterday in his 2 innings, and he looks like he did not look too rusty after coming off that injury. And Suarez is a much-needed asset in that bullpen. We finally have a guy who can come in and eat 2 or 3 innings. The long man that the Giants have been lacking all year. It's good to have Suarez back, as much as people don't like Albert Suarez. He was actually a good pitcher when he needed. He could start a game. He could eat innings, pitch to a righty. Whatever you asked him to do, he did. And I'm glad that he's back up. And also, Orlando Cayexte was back up with the Giants. We'll see if he is like the fourth outfielder and the utility man as Eduardo Nunez gets ready to be moved next week. So I think that signs that Eduardo Nunez is probably going to be traded sometime next week. Tuesday, I'll get more in depth on who I think could get moved by the Giants. Yeah, I think there's certainly some assets, but it's nice to have. But I think there's going to be some pieces in the bullpen that are in Sacramento that look ready to be back up with the Giants soon, and Giants could even plausibly move a starter soon. Because I think with the way Tyler Beatty's been pitching in Sacramento last few weeks, he's getting close to maybe being ready for the majors. So we'll see what happens with that. We might see more of the youngsters up before the deadline here as the season winds down. All right, let's go to the other scores from today's games. The Reds beat the Marlins 6-3. Your winning pitcher was... Let me go to the ESPN side for a second. Let's go with another game first. The A's beat the Mets 3-2. Your winning pitcher was Daniel Gossett. Your losing pitcher was Rafael Montero. Matt Chapman went 2 for 3 today. The Reds beat the Marlins 6-3. Your winning pitcher was Sal Romano. Your losing pitcher was Tom Kohler. Billy Hamilton went 3 for 4 for the Reds. Not a good day for Michael Lorenzen, allowing 2 runs, allowing 1 earned. Kohler went 5 2/3, allowing 6 runs, 5 earned. The Rangers beat the Rays 6-5. Your winning pitcher was Matt Bush. Your losing pitcher was Brad Boxberger. The Orioles beat the Astros 9-7. Your winning pitcher was Michael Givens. Your losing pitcher was Luke Gregerson. Jose Altuve went 4 for 5 in this game with a home run. Nori Aoki 3 for 4 with a home run from former Giant Aoki. And for Baltimore, Adam Jones went 4 for 5. Jonathan Shoup 3 for 5. Trey Mancini 2 for 3. Dylan Bundy, not a good day, 7 earned runs and 5 1/3 innings pitched. Lance McCullers Jr., not any better, 6 earned runs and 4 2/3 innings pitched. And his ERA is inflated to 3.67 in the last 2 games. Luke Gregerson, 2 earned runs and 1 inning pitched. Phillies beat the Brewers 6-3. Your winning pitcher was Jared Eichhoff. Your losing pitcher was Junior Guerra. And Eichhoff surprisingly went 2 for 2 as the opposing pitcher today. Guerra allowed 5 earned runs and 4 innings pitched. The Tigers beat the Twins 9-6. Your winning pitcher was Matt Boyd. Your losing pitcher was Trevor Hildenberger. Ian Kinsler boosted his trade value by going 3 for 5 today. Trent McCann 3 for 4. Alex Presley 3 for 5. Jose Iglesias 3 for 5. And Iglesias had a home run to boot. Bruce Rondon, 2 earned runs and 2/3 innings pitched. Former Giant Adalberto Mejia, 2 runs, 1 earned, but pitched 96 pitches in 4 1/3 innings, with Hildenberger taking the loss by allowing 2 runs in 1 2/3 innings. Buddy Boscher's 2 earned runs in 1/3 inning pitched. Brandon Kinsler 3 earned runs in 1/3 inning pitched. And the Royals beat the White Sox 5-4. Your winning pitcher was Kelvin Herrera. Your losing pitcher was Gregory Infante. And this is the 9th straight game the White Sox have lost. Whit Merrifield went 2 for 3 in this game. Derek Holland only went 4 2/3 innings, allowing 3 earned runs and 3 home runs. Dan Jennings 1 earned run and 1 2/3 innings pitched. Travis Wood 4 innings and 4 2/3 innings pitched. 4 earned runs and 4 2/3 innings pitched, excuse me. And the Denver Broncos beat the Pittsburgh Steelers 13-3. Your winning pitcher was Kyle Freeland. Your losing pitcher was Ivan Nova. Josh Harrison 3 for 5. Charlie Blackmon 3 for 5. Mark Reynolds 3 for 5 for the Rockies. Blackmon had a home run in this game. Reynolds had 2 home runs in this game. As Coors Field was Coors Field today, 7 earned runs for Nova. And Wade LeBlanc's trade value took a hit today by allowing 5 earned runs in 2/3 innings pitched. And also hit LeMahieu with a pitch. The Angels beat the Red Sox 3-2. Your winning pitcher was Parker Bridwell. Your losing pitcher was Rick Porcello. Brock Holt went 2 for 3 in this game. And Porcello pitched well, but just did not get any run support today. It looks like Bridwell might be a guy to watch for the Angels moving forward. The Yankees beat the Mariners 6-4. Your winning pitcher was Chad Green. Your losing pitcher was James Pazos. Chase Headley went 2 for 3 in this game. Not a good day for Caleb Smith. Smith in the spot start, 4 earned runs and 3 2/3 innings pitched. Not a good day for Pazos. 3 earned runs in 1/3 inning pitch to lose the game. And the LA Dodgers beat the Braves 5-4. Your winning pitcher was Brandon Morrow. Your losing pitcher was Jim Johnson. And Kenley Jansen, 3 earned runs and 1 in the 3rd innings. Not a good outing for Jansen today. Then Johnson blows it in the bottom of the 9th. And the Nationals beat the D-backs 6-2. Your winning pitcher was Joe Blanton. Your losing pitcher was Robbie Ray. And Strasburg left this game with an injury, so we'll see what happens. Probably cautious more than anything else. Matt Grace, 2 earned runs in 2 1/3 innings. And down on the farm today, the River Cats lost to the Rainiers 7-4. Your winning pitcher was Sam Gaviglio. Your losing pitcher was Matt Gage. And next week they will start a 4-game series against the Round Rock Express. And we'll also play the New Orleans Baby Cakes. I don't know why they named their baseball team the Baby Cakes. I preferred them better when they were the Zephyrs. But oh well. Now look at the standings as of right now. The Red Sox hold a 2.5 game lead over the Yankees and 3.5 game lead over the Rays, who are your 2 wild card leaders at this point. And now Kansas City is now in a tie for the second wild card at 50 and 47 and moved into second place today behind Cleveland 1.5 games. Houston still has a commanding lead in the AL West. Washington holds a commanding lead in the NL East. And Milwaukee, after this loss today, is now only a half a game ahead of the Cubs, who are right now leading the Cardinals. So if the Cubs win tonight, Milwaukee and Chicago will be tied for first place, and St. Louis will be 4.5 games back, which is not good news. And in the West, LA continues to run away with it, with Colorado and Arizona comfortably holding the 2 wildcard spots. And now our probables for the next series against Pittsburgh. Tomorrow will likely be Matt Moore. Oh, Matt Cain tomorrow. Matt Cain against Garrett Cole. And then Bumgarner against Jameson Tylon on Tuesday. And on Wednesday will be Jeff Samardzija against Trevor Williams. All right, thanks everybody for tuning in. I'll be back tomorrow night. Keep it orange, keep it black, keep it real orange, keep it orange and black. Good night, everybody. See you tomorrow.